Hello there, boys and girls. We're back a little bit earlier than I said last time out. We're going to bring you the United Ajax game tomorrow, but today we're going to bring you the first game in the Europa League against Fenerbahce away in Hungary, and then we come back home to a game against West Brom. Plus, we've got the highlights of 2 games against Stoke and Watford, and all the roundup stuff as well. Let's get into it. Roll those titles. Penalty's been given via VAR, and it's going to be Fetiarp to step up to put us 1-0 in the lead against Stoke. Can he do it? No, he can't. Or Zoko saves it, pushes it round for a corner kick. Shelby again with a corner. Going to get that ball in, trying to go in the near post. But Zagadu's been brought down. He's been pushed. And he's going to VAR again. Timothy Castagne up to try and score from his second spot kick of the game. 1-on-1 with Ozoko. This time he puts it in, sends Ozoko the wrong way, and this time it is 1-0 to Newcastle. Ozoko with the goal kick, going to go long, but Chilwell should bring that down, and he does, into Zagadou. Zagadou now plays the ball through to Cataldi. Lovely quick play here from Newcastle. Cataldi over to David Neres, whips that ball in. Myers there, but he's too small. Out to Cataldi, into Shelby. Good play from the midfield too, into David Neres. Comes in, goes back out to Shelby, into Meyer. Shelby again, we've got Yedlin on that overlap. He finds him. Yedlin in. Yarp's there, straight at Ozoko. Fetiarp had a hit and miss game so far. Could have gone 2-0 up there. Wood now on the counter-attack, and Chris Wood scores. Not Chris Wood, Bobby Wood. Arp had the chance to put us 2-0 in the lead. They go up the other end and score just before the hour mark, and it's 1 apiece. I thought it was Chris Wood up top, but it's not. It's Bobby Wood. Delph, lovely through ball to him. Zagadou not doing enough to get back, and puts it past Rakovic, and it's 1 apiece now. Zoko with a goal kick again, finds holding short this time, and goes out to Sensi, and Cueva has got a little bit of time and space in the middle of midfield. He's driving forward and through to Wood again, and this time he plays it, passes it past the post, and could have gone 2-1 up there, Stoke. 20 minutes to go, still 1 apiece. Corner kick, Meyer this time going to whip that ball in, but doesn't beat Holding at the near post. Sessegnon out to Meyer, into Troy Deeney, back out to Meyer, into Damari Gray. Sessegnon's there, Sessegnon scores his first goal for the club. Damari Gray and Sessegnon coming off the bench and making the difference here. Newcastle 2, Stoke 1. Sessegnon down the line to Meyer, tried to chip that ball in to Troy Deeney, takes his time into Damari Gray, and he finds Sessegnon in the 6-yard box, and it's 2-1 to Newcastle. And there we have it, full time whistle's gone. Newcastle 2, Stoke 1. We could have been out of sight before half time. They came back into it in the second half, but we persevered, and the changes paid dividends. Ryan Sessegnon scoring his first goal for the club. We now go on to Watford and see how we got on against them. Lafayette with a corner, first highlight of the game. Penaranda's at the back post, and we just about clear it up to Fetiarp. And now, can we hit them on the counter-attack? Meyer on this left-hand side. Can he find Marin? He does, but Diakore gets back and tackles him. Close call. Watford nearly scoring there. Gray with a corner into Marin, and it's headed just over about 10 minutes into the second half. Some of the players not playing well after an international break. Almark gone, still 0-0. Diakore with the ball on the right hand side into Chuba Akpom. Akpom scores. Lovely finish from Chuba Akpom. First goal of the season, and Watford look like they're going to take 3 points here. We've been a little bit FM'd in the stats, and Diakore gets the ball out of his feet, finds Chuba Akpom. He takes the ball out of his feet and drills that one into the bottom left-hand corner. Rakovic, absolutely no chance. 5 minutes to go, 1-0 Watford. Zagadou with a good header. Damari Gray getting it down to Jack Grealish. He's on the run on that right-hand side into the back post. A little bit heavy for Marin. Marin now back to Chilwell. Chilwell into Fofana. Fofana into Jonjo. Can he find a ball? He can't. He goes for a shot, and it's high and wide from Jonjo Shelvey. And that is going to be it. 1-0 to Watford. Very wasteful from Newcastle, just not getting enough shots on goal. Chuba Akpom coming off the bench and winning the game for Watford. So 1 win, 1 loss in this highlights package. We now go on to our first game in the Europa League. So with that loss against Watford, we stay in 5th place in the league, 4 points behind City in first place, and a couple of points behind Liverpool and Chelsea. Wolves, weirdly, up there with us, as are Southampton, Tottenham just behind us on goal difference, and United a point behind us in the league. So the league started really, really well this season. We start our second competition this year, literally now, against Fenerbahce in Hungary, and then Carabao Cup action starts in a week's time as well. So lots of football coming thick and fast. This is going to be the team selection against Fenerbahce in the away leg. We've got Rakovic in goal. Bustos, Marasic, Davies and Angelino are the back line. Cataldi and Shelvey in the middle, so they keep their places from that Watford tie. Gray on the right, Sessegnon on the left, Grealish in behind Mbolo, Zagadou, Yedlin, Fofana, Barleza, Marin, Aarons and Troy Deeney all on the bench. Barleza's on the bench because Maya got injured in the last couple of days, so he'll be out for 6 days, so he might not play against West Brom. But let's get into this first game in Europe for Newcastle on the save. Let's go and get 3 points. 10 minutes in, and Bustos with the throw in to Gray. Shelvey now with the ball at his feet, taking a run into the midfield. Grealish now, loads of time and space on the ball, goes out to Sessegnon, and Sessegnon going to drive down that left-hand side into John Joe Shelvey, out to Gray. Oh, he shoots. Thought he put it into the back of the net, but shoots over. And all of the highlights now, Grealish whipping that ball into the back post, and Mbolo's there, and Mbolo hits the bar, and we're dominating this game, a bit like we dominated Watford, and just not able to be clinical enough in this game. First highlight for Fenerbahce, and Adrian goes back to Evenal and over the top, and Ben Davies should bring that down and play it out from the back, and he does. Angelino down this left-hand side, coming inside, but Sessegnon is there, as I said, very narrow formation from the side at home. Gray on that right-hand side. Can he get a ball in? And Mbolo is there, but he gets blocked, and Afosu up to Vorosh, but we get it down to Jonjo. Damari Gray out to Bustos on that overlap, goes for the ball in. Grealish trying to get head on, he does, hits the post, and it goes out for a goal kick. Just before half time, we're into 2 minutes of injury time in the first half. Angelino down this left hand side whips that ball into Damari Gray and can't get a foot on it. Out to Bustos, who does get the ball back in, and it's a punch from the goalkeeper to Sessegnon, and Sessegnon scores from Jack Grealish's ball through the lines, and it's 1-0 to Newcastle. But I think they're having a look, see if it is offside, but I don't think it is. Bustos is going to whip this ball in. It's a punch from the goalkeeper. Poor, and Grealish puts that through. Yeah, definitely not offside. Sessegnon on his right foot. 1-0 to Newcastle. We've broken the deadlock just before half time. Bustos throwing it in to Grealish, but Koch gets that ball up to Vorosh, but Marasek comes in and does really well. Puts the ball to Bustos. Grealish now on the ball, out to Angelino. He's got a lot of space down that left-hand side. Can he find a good cross? He can. Mbolo just over him though. Grealish there, and he shoots just wide. We're dominating this game. We're just not clinical enough with 25 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go. Davies into Barleza. Sessegnon on this left-hand side finds Ben Davies. Can he get a ball? And he can. Trying to find Troy Deeney into Mbolo, and that's Mbolo's first goal of the season. Lovely move. Sessegnon also included in that move as well, and good to score a second goal after all that domination. Sessegnon down the line to Ben Davies. He whips that ball in, trying to find Troy Deeney, but good tackle by Barleza into Deeney, who finds Mbolo. 2-0 to Newcastle. Game over with 4 minutes to go. And it's full time. 2-0 to Newcastle. Domination from us. We just need to be a little bit more clinical in these matches, especially against the likes of Ajax. So hopefully we can learn from that going forward in the Europa League. Second game today though, West Brom at home, and hopefully we can bounce back from that poor result against Watford with a win. Second game of the episode against West Brom, and this is the lineup. Rakovic in goal, Yedlin, Lascelles, Zagadou and Chilwell are the back line. Fofana and Shelvey in the middle, so pretty standard back seven. Mbolo, Grealish and Marin with Arp up top on the bench. Davies, Bustos, Cataldi, Barleza, Sessegnon, Neres and Troy Deeney. Let's go and get these 3 points after a disappointing loss against Watford. Corner, Grealish going to get this ball in. Mbolo's there. Great save by Sam Johnston, and they get the ball clear after 9 minutes. Mbolo with a really good header, and that's nowhere near the line. Arp nips in there, and Mbolo carries on the press, and Marin down this left hand side. He's got a couple of players on the right hand side, but goes for a shot, and Sam Johnston is well behind that one. Grealish with a corner. Can he find a black and white shirt? He can. Lascelles trying to get there but doesn't. Fofana, lovely ball out to Jack Grealish again, trying to find Fetiart. Marin nods it on, can't get the ball clear. West Brom out to Grealish, and he shoots wide. Just not taking our chances at the minute, but hopefully we will break the deadlock sooner rather than later. This pressure is keeping up. Shelvey with the ball back to Fofana and into Jack Grealish, ex-Villa man, always wants to do well against West Brom. Shelvey, lovely ball through to Fetiar, goes for goal and shoots just wide. And again, the pressure is carrying on. We need to break this deadlock sooner rather than later. Chua with a free kick, goes for goal, and it's another good save by Sam Johnston, and Barco gets that ball clear. He's saved his club a couple of times, and it's still 0-0. 15 minutes to go. Field into Rodriguez, and the West Brom attack in Bula being pressed by Cataldi and Jonjo Shelvey, but goes back to Losandro and Douglas over the top, trying to find Rondon up the top, and he does when we just about get the ball back from him. Lascelles into Cataldi, back to Zagadou. We need to build something here and try and break down this West Brom wall. Fofana into Zagadou. We're playing it well around the back. Shelvey back to Lascelles. Now he's got time and space to run into, but goes to Cataldi. Lovely switch out to Mbolo. He's coming inside. Can he find a black and white shirt? Sessegnon's there, and Ryan Sessegnon breaks the deadlock. Third goal of the season for him. A lovely assist from Breel Mbolo, and we finally break the deadlock. Cataldi switches the ball out to Mbolo. Played a little bit wider, trying to really stretch West Brom. Mbolo, lovely ball over the top, and Sessegnon on the half volley. 1-0 to Newcastle. Johnson's going to get that ball well and truly up the field, and Rondon tried to get Chilwell a little bit uncomfortable there, but Chilwell did well. And Mbolo down the right hand side. Can he find Jonjo? No, he finds Ryan Sessegnon, and he tries to sneak it in that near post, but it's a good block by the number 8, and it's Shelvey to take this corner. He gets the ball in, trying to find Fetiar at the back post, and he pushes Farago, and it's a free kick to West Brom. Went into 2 minutes of injury time, and Rondon is on the counter-attack. He's got someone over on that right-hand side. Barco's there, he hits the post, and Zagadou gets the ball clear. It could have been all wiped out for us with that blistering counter-attack from West Brom, but it's still 1-0 to Newcastle with about 30 seconds to go, and that is full time. 1-0 to Newcastle. Dominated the game, but we could have lost the win in the final few minutes with Barco hitting the post. But we do get that 1-0 win. We do get 3 points. Let's see where that puts us in the league going into tomorrow's episode. So that puts us in 4th in the league, with Liverpool to play Arsenal later on today. So if Liverpool win, they will go above us, and we will drop to 5th. So not too bad. Probably it's where we started at the episode anyway. So we're in and around the European/Champions League places, and we're not too far off a title challenge either. The 2 good results in today's episode. Just need to be a little bit more clinical in front of goal. Lots of chances made. We just need that finishing touch in front of goal. But that is it for this episode. If you have enjoyed it, please do drop it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you don't want to miss out any more content. Remember, tick the little bell icon so you're notified every time a video goes live. And until tomorrow, when we bring you Ajax and United, 2 very, very tough games, plus the highlights of West Ham in the middle of it all. I'll see you soon.